Hi everyone, I've got the spring bundles that I've made and put together available at the moment, and I've actually made myself one up to use in my own journal. So this is a video to show you what I'm making with it. I'm not sure myself yet. I've had a few ideas about what to do with the front envelope. Obviously once you receive it, it will have had your address on the front and it'll have a stamp, but I mean the stamps aren't a bad thing in journaling, so we know that, but I don't know whether you'd want to cover your own address or use that as part of the junk journal. So you will receive an envelope like this, and I've stamped it with, it's already stamped with a bunch of daffodils, a nice spring sort of bunch, and then obviously you receive your pouch inside. I thought to start with, I'd quite like to decorate the front envelope. I've got some acrylic paint pens, but I was thinking, for example, if you did have your address, you will have your address on the front. So I was going to cut down this section, I thought. So if I cut down to about there-ish. This is just my ideas, but when you're junk journaling you don't want to throw anything away, so that's why I've tried to make each element in the bundle usable. So this is just what I would possibly do with it. I'm going to put this in my journal, so I'll show you in a minute. So that itself can be a pouch. Obviously if it's got your address on and you don't want that to show, you can cover it completely. You can try and remove the stamp as cleanly as possible, or cut that out, and it could be, you could just glue that section, and that can be a pocket. So I'm going to pop that there. And then my plan for this is to just give it a bit of colour. I don't know why, I just thought that'd be quite nice to add a little bit of colour, seeing as it's a spring thing. I'm going to cut the top off for now, because I know I definitely don't want that. So I'm just going to cut that off. They're not my favourite scissors, they sort of hurt my hand. So I'm going to put that there, because I'm going to use that to see what the colour looks like on the envelope. Well, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I've got a mixture of colours out of the pack that I've got, which I treated myself to with some Christmas money. They do fade, so when you first put them on, that's not the colour that it's going to be. That once they dry, they do fade a little bit, but I really like them. So it'll just give me an idea of what it will look like. I like the brush end, because with these ones you get the fine end and then the brush end, but I usually just use the brush end. Oops, I haven't used them as much as I'd like. Whoops, crazy. So I just got a mixture of colours that I thought I might use. And then they're all quite nice really, aren't they? I think I'll just make a start on just giving everything a little bit of colour. I mean, obviously you don't have to. I'm not going to completely fill everything. I'm just going to give things just a little dash of colour. Ooh, I know what I haven't got out, a bit of orange. I'll put a bit of orange in the centre there. And as well with this, you don't have to use traditional, you don't have to make the daffodils yellow. You could put whatever colour you wanted. If this is the road you want to do, you can do whatever you want with the envelope. I'll just put a bit more down there. I'll just get a bit of orange out of the pack. Where are you? think with doing just checking the colour first when you're using different, when it's not a white background, it's quite handy just to see what will it come out. Oh, I keep using the wrong end. I want the brush end. I've got my scissors in the way. I think I'll go with the lighter one, I think. Just give it a bit of colour. I don't want to completely colour it in because I quite like the detail from the stamp. Oh, there's that one there. A bit of greenery. Let's go with the... I think I'll go with that one. I'm constantly getting the fine bit out. And then these would have a bit of... That might be... Mind you, it dries a bit lighter, doesn't it? They'll have a bit of brown on as well, won't they? Because that's normally when the... goes a bit darker on the stem. It doesn't have to be exact, it's just to add a little bit of something different. I'm telling myself that. Just a bit of colour. So I'm going to add this into my journal somewhere. I think what I might do, I'm not sure whether to do all the pages with the things or add them to different pages with the items from the bundle. Bit of a mixture, got a bit of that there. That's it. I'm not brilliant with a brush. Things don't have to be perfect, do they? And it's my own private journal, so as long as it makes you happy. I'll put a bit of greenery on this bit as well. I'm not sure what they would be, so I'm just gonna, I thought I'd just put a bit of pink on them. Some blobs. A few blobs there. And then, where are we? I think that might actually be the back of the petals, actually, not the... That's okay, we'll just put some bits of yellow there. Okay, so I've got the little like grape hyacinths. They're sort of bluey purple, but I quite like that blue, so I think I'll just put some blobs of that in. Blob that in. Just random. Down there. And then I think when I put this into the journal, I'm just going to do this as a tuck spot. So I'll probably cut this at a diagonal. And then I can tuck little bits and pieces into it. And a bit of pink for these ones. Wrong end again. That little wildflowers. That'll do. So the envelope's obviously open like that, so I was thinking I might just cut that at an angle. So let's just have a little look in the journal, see roughly if I get those out of the way, and then let's just have a little look. So this is my journal. That's the poppy one, if you haven't seen it before. So I'm random in my journal. I don't journal every day. I do it as and when I can and when I feel like it. So I'm just going to have a look through, and I'm random, I don't do it any sort of order. That's quite nice. Maybe that page. Maybe. Well, that might be quite nice actually, this one. If I put that in there. Maybe just at an angle. Let's just do it. Because if I think too much, I won't ever do anything. So if I go straight from that first corner and just kind of follow, if you can see, I'm just going to follow. Oops, that's kind of thrown me off a little bit. That's okay. So obviously that's the inside of the envelope. Let me just neaten that up. That doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. So then what I can do, let's put that to one side. So I like that there. So what we can do is just glue there and there, and then we've actually got a pocket and another pocket. Well, another tuck spot, so double tuck spots. So I think that dries fairly, yeah, quick. Okay, so just make sure I just do the two edges. I have to concentrate and don't glue everything. So there to the corner and along, whoops. That's plenty on. That's not going anywhere. So I'll put that down. So that's made use of the outer envelope. But it's a lovely stamp anyway, so you wouldn't really need to add colour if you don't want to. I just thought I'd add a little bit of colour to it. Oh, I put a lot of glue on there. Whoops. Okay. So that is a double tuck spot with that. Oh, crikey, I've got glue everywhere. There we go. Right, so also obviously we've still got the other side of the envelope, so that can still be used for something. And then we've also got the seed packet. We've got the little bunny rabbit with we've got the seed packet, we've got the tag with the bunny rabbit stamp that's got the bow attached. We've got the paper clip little bunny. We've also got inside the seed packet, we've got the library card. Might just keep that together for now. So inside the packaging, we've got all the other bits and pieces. Let's just take those out and see what we're going to use for this page. Is that everything out? Everybody's hiding. Just pop that there a sec. So we've got the nice green ribbon. We've got the second bunny. He's got some pink on him for some reason. The second bunny tag. We've got a little pretty scalloped circle. That would be quite nice. Maybe I could add a bit of colour to that. We've got another bow. stickers. So I'm thinking maybe these could just be used as journal cards, although I'm tempted to turn one of them into an envelope, a little envelope. Maybe that one, that black and white one. So let's have a look through. So I've just put everything all over the page now. I can't see the page. It's not the most clever. Let's see, so everything's to one side. So I mean, maybe that could be, or that one could go glue straight on and just be a direct journal section, if that makes sense. We've got the one with the bit of blossom there as well, that's quite nice. So I could round the edges of that with the corner thingy. Just get those corners nice and rounded. Put some ink, that's always a good place to start, isn't it? Just ink up those edges. And what we could do as well, I think that fits quite nice there. What we could do as well is just ink, I should have inked that before I glued it down really, but if I just use some scrap and then just ink, maybe hold it, that might be better. Just ink down the sides a little bit. Because I've inked all the pages in this journal, in my journal, so it kind of goes, it'll fit in nicely with that then. But you don't have to ink everything, it depends what you're looking for in your own journal really. So that's that. So that could be sort of a journal page in the background, and then we can use the side to put lots of bits and pieces in. Oh, I like the bird. Ooh, maybe the bird could be a little tuck spot for things as well. So we could just tuck that piece, and that could, things could tuck behind it. Maybe it's an option. So let's ink that up as well. I think some of the thing I've only inked in the pack, I've only inked the little bunny, because not everybody inks everything, and sometimes some things I don't want inked and others I do, so I've left it so most of the things in the pack aren't inked, and then that gives you that choice then whether you want to do that or not. So there's that as well. I suppose I could do a cluster. That'd be quite nice. Then we've got the tickets. I think I'll link those as well. I'll fold them up. So with the tickets that are included, they're all different colours, so you might not necessarily get a green one. There's pattern, they're all different pattern papers. They're quite thick paper as well. So you could break up the, you could break them up if you wanted to. and use them in different places. You could stamp onto them. Just ink them up a little bit. I'll just put them in there for now, I think, in my little... And the nice thing is as well, with journaling, you don't have to do everything now. If you want to just tuck things away, and you can, now that I've got this tuck spot, I can put different things in and then I might move them around the journal. I'm tempted to stick that down so that it's like a little tuck spot as well. I mean, everything will move around, I suppose. It might not be the most practical. But I quite like the idea of that not being fully stuck down, if that makes sense. I think I'll just do it. Let's just do it. Because I think that's quite in keeping with the colours of the pages and everything. Whoops. And then you've got the blossom. That's like cherry blossom as well, isn't it, that the birds sat on? And then that's cherry blossom as well. That's how it's working in my mind. I mean, that will probably slide around unless I accidentally glue it. So that's, I've just put glue at the bottom of that section. And then I think for now what I'll do is pop my other pages just, so that's in the second, the back pocket. And then, oops, just moving everything out. So that's in the back pocket, and then I'll put little pieces in the front pocket, like the ticket. Then the birds kind of turn into a little tuck spot. Ink that up as well, I think. Let's just do the corners on that as well. I'm liking the colours of everything. I'll just use the little corner punch for that one. And then this one, this little page has a tulip on, so that's quite nice. So that's been done. I'm going to put that in. That will probably go in a different section. I've got my bunny. That's just a perfect journal card as it is. But again, you really can sort of move all this around. And then we've got some nice stickers. Let's just perhaps decorate this. So we've got the library card. Oh, that'd be nice on the back of there. Or that one. Or I might keep that as a journal section. A journaling card as it is. And then I might just decorate the seed packet with these flowers. Just have them coming up. Let's see if I can get these. They're not too bad to get off actually. I just keep bending one of the corners and then it comes off. They are a bit, oh I've got it, there we go. They are a little bit fiddly. Sorry, I was off camera completely then. There we go. I do like these though. So I thought if I put maybe that one. Yeah, like that. And then if I get this one undone, I'll put that one on as well, onto the seed packet. And then again, that seed packet can be filled with all kinds of little pieces of ephemera that you can use later on in your journal. Let's get that out of the way. So they are a bit fiddly, these clear stickers, but once you, oh there we go. It was actually done and I hadn't noticed. There we go. I think I might put, oh, hang on, it's making the decision for me there. I think I might put that all the way up like that. Put the stem just off. Let's trim that one. And that bit there. Put a bit of ink on. There is so many things you can do. Oh crikey, I'm just throwing that, I'll just launch that across my desk. And then obviously you can decorate the back of it as well, or use that as a journal space. And then this can be a movable pocket that you use throughout your journal. You don't necessarily have to keep it in one section. And you could put some, you could do stamping across there, all sorts of things. I really like the seed, but I think the seed packet's my favourite thing. And the bird, I do love the birds, I've got to say. So I might just tuck that in behind the bird with the other little bits. This is a sticker as well, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to put that in my seed packet for now. Or should I put it at the back? That's nice. Let's put that at the back. I think if I trim it up as a tag, because it comes on a sheet of its own. It's not a clear sticker, this one. That was a bit of the sticker coming off. There we go. From before. So I'm just going to cut that so that it's actually is a tag. I'm sorry I keep coming off camera. It's because I need to have some things close to my face. So I apologise for that. You're not being able to see what I'm up to. So I'm just trimming that up so that it is the shape of a tag. And then I'm going to stick that down. I think what I might do actually with this seed packet is decorate the back completely. So I'm thinking if I trim this up a little bit, let's have a look. Yeah, actually I'm going to cut it out so it's an actual tag. I know I am trimming a little bit of the flowers off, but that's okay. Oops. That's it. So let's just get rid of my mess. Like that. And then if I'm going to glue that to one side, I think, sort of like that. I'm thinking, should I leave part of that as a tuck spot now? Or, yeah, I think I might. I'll ink it while I'm thinking. Or shall I cut it down further? I think I'm just going to glue it down completely. Yeah, I'm doing it. So cover it completely. Probably shouldn't be working directly onto my journal here, but, and then I thought, so I've got this sticker, let me pop that on there. I've got that as well, to make it sort of like a cluster sort of thing on the back. So if I just ink that up a little bit, just round the edges. Down the bottom there. I quite like the bunny rabbit on there as well. Maybe yes, let's just go for it. Let's ink that up. I'm going to ink up the bunny just quickly. Just give him a little bit of colour. Right, so I think if I put the bunny on first, glue him down, there we go. Oh, that's glued from the, I really shouldn't be working on top of my journal, sorry. Sorry, journal. In fact, I might just quickly move it out of the way. No, I'll leave it, it's okay. We shall get by. Maybe that there. So this is just the seed packet. I just thought I'd decorate it and pop some bits and pieces on the back. And then that's movable, that could be moved throughout the journal. Let's pop that there. Nice little mixture of bits and pieces. I think that might be enough actually. I don't want to cover the bunny too much. Then we've got the flowers on the front from the stickers. Maybe make a little bow. Or put some of the, ooh, that's going to be nice. Let's do that. Let's put that at the bottom. Decision made. The only problem is I might be able to see this glue through it, but that's okay. We're like that, yeah. Trim that up. I'm going to leave that overhang of that little note card there. I quite like that. Hold on. Everything wants to attach to my scissors. Yeah, like that. So we've still got some ribbon left there. So we've used, let me just blow that away. So we've used the envelope itself so far. The little bird has gone in as like a little tuck spot area. And then we've also decorated the seed packet, which still contains the library card. No, it doesn't. I'm telling fibs. That library card. Now it contains the library card. So that can go inside there. And then I'm thinking maybe put in should I put that there actually? Yeah, that can go on there. A little, sorry. That's it. Let's put that onto the bouquet. And then we can keep, whoops, inside my seed packet, I'm going to also put the extra bow. And I've got a sticker to put in that I can use a different time. And another little note card and another little mini journal card there. So they can all go inside the seed packet. And then the seed packet can go back inside a little tuck spot there for now. So there is still so much to use. We've still got the other packet as well. So that's just one page, and as you can see there's a lot that we can still do with this. So I'm going to leave it there so this isn't a really long video. And then obviously if there's anything else that I come up with to do, if I do another page or I get some more ideas, I'll do another video. But so that's the my journal page with part of the spring bundle that is available. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.